Hello there, and welcome back to All the Mods 9. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Last night was a crazy night. In-game, that is, not real life. You can't really see it from here. We got raided by a pirate ship. And it was big. I utterly took it apart because I wanted the wood. But, man, that thing spawned at least 40 pirates. They completely trashed my armor. Yeah. My helmet and boots were destroyed. They killed both of my knights and my farmer. I have a new farmer now because I need a farmer. And it was getting too much. So I actually went to the settings. Went to these little goggles here from Create. Configure. Access configs for other mods. Found mine colonies. Went into, I think it was server settings. Gameplay. No, not gameplay. Combat? Yes, combat here. And changed the average number of nights between raids to 20. And the minimum number of nights between raids to 15. This used to be 5. This used to be 7 or 8. So we were getting raided approximately every 7 Minecraft days. So you figure you sleep in a bed. We were looking at once every hour and a half or so, an hour to hour and a half. Now it's going to be more like every 3 or 4 hours. I'm not going to be fighting off raids what feels like every single night, which is good because my village is just, it's taken a pounding. I think I've lost 12 or 13 colonists so far from raiders. We can check that here. We go to statistics. All time, 12 dead colonists. So yeah, we had to change that. It's just unsustainable, and honestly, it wasn't any fun. I mean, I understand having raids is part of the mechanic, but if you're not having fun, then what's the point? So that's been changed. I am still got my colonists working on the new hobbit holes. And yeah, I figured out what I was missing with the restaurant. See, at level 3, the restaurant gets an assistant cook. And it's the assistant cook that you can train to do, doesn't have the thing here right now, but it's the assistant cook you can train to do crafting grid recipes. So that's gotta wait till we upgrade the... I just accidentally stripped that log. Oh well. Well, the pirate ship sailed away. So once we get this upgrade to level 3, then we will get the ability to have more different types of recipes cooked. So my assistant cook will be able to do things like the cabbage roll here from, what is that, Croptopia? Yep. Because the cabbage rolls from Farmer's Delight takes a cook pot, which, well, they can't use. So let's sleep through the night and then get started on what I want to do for today. And what I want to do... Alright, I think I'm going to tear this down. And then take this, put it right back there. So here's a little trick with my colonies. The forester will chop down any tree, stone, silver, grass, or dirt. If you build a tree that you want to be decorative, you put a piece of cobblestone underneath it, and then the forester will know that that is not a valid tree for it to chop down. Just realized I don't have scaffolding yet. Maybe I should look at getting some of that. But if you can't guess, pine tree. Today's December 24th. Guess what we're building? Yep, we're going to build a little bit of a Christmas tree. Do I want to leave a spot directly underneath the tree? I can either do this sort of thing and have the presents around there, or move them up a block and have the presents actually under the tree. No, I think I prefer the leaves on the ground. Sort of like that. Okay, let's see how poorly I do decorating this and making it look like a nice tree. Well, that looks absolutely terrible. Maybe I should go see about getting some green dye and turn that into wool instead. I do have plenty of white wool. Plus, I have a bunch of sheep up by my house, so wool is would not be a bad option. Ooh, it's 1-to-1. Dye essence would probably be the best way to get... Oh, I think there's a way to... Okay, I can crush some plants into dye, but that requires getting the crushing wheels and create up and running, and I'm not quite ready for that. I can use the mill. I think it'll just be easier to get the dye seeds. Okay, so how do I make dye seeds? I need an infusion altar. And maybe a pedestal, maybe a couple pedestals. We need dye. Oh, I should have bookmarked this. So we need 4 of those and 4 of the Prudentium, and I have Prudentium. Then we need prosperity seeds, which we have prosperity shards, so that's easy enough to make. So you know what? Let's get started on that. Oh, look at this. I found a giant pumpkin in my first playthrough of Vault Hunters on Vault Hunters 1.16, which I was playing to introduce myself to Vault Hunters before jumping into 1.18 last year. I built my first house inside these pumpkins, and I built a whole village out of them. Ooh. All right, we're going to have to check that out. Is that an airship? Wait, I know I've got a zoom mod. That looks like an airship. And then... Okay, I have no clue what all these things are. This is food, though. Persimmon. There's a tower there. There's a windmill there. Well, I'm not finding what I'm looking for, so I might as well explore some... buildings that are only mostly likely to blow up on me as I explore them. I'm learning. Apparently not enough. That's an actual village. There are villagers down there. All right, let's go check that out. So yeah, I've been looking for green and blue. Might as well take this dye. Well, not blue dye, cyan dye. But the only way to get cyan dye is to get green dye. So I need green, and then I need more green. I wonder if they like beets over here. There are a lot of villagers. A lot of food items. Not that I need those right now. Chest piece. This is not what I want to be happening right now. A blood moon. Oh yeah, waystone though. Windmill. Does this have anything else in here? Take the emeralds. Ooh. Digger claws. Increases the wearer's base mining speed to stone. Alright, let's take those. I just saw like a shadow. Oh, it's a lizard. Okay. Okay, the rain looks like it stops the... Wow. It stops the effects of the blood moon, so you can actually sleep through the night if there's a blood moon, if it's raining. Good. That means I get to keep everyone here safe. Okay, so all my exploring, I'm not finding what I'm looking for. So it looks like what I'm gonna have to do. What is that? Almost looks like a catacombs, but it's in the open. What I'm gonna do is grab a few of these ferns and probably go look at making the create water wheel and mill, so I can mill these ferns into green dye and actually be able to make the dye essence. And then we'll set that up back at our farms. We grow the make these dye seeds, we grow the dye essence, and then we can use this essence to make any dye in the game. We don't have to come out looking for anything ever again. If we don't want to. Well, at least not dye-wise. We'll have to look out for a lot of other things. Yeah, we're gonna have to come back over here later. That airship looks awesome. Oh, okay. This mod pack gives... not mod pack. This texture pack gives them very shiny eyes. It threw me off for a moment. Okay, so I made up a millstone quickly. And simple create recipe, you need a cogwheel, andesite shaft, 2 andesite alloy. In this mod pack, it is much easier to make than in Terra Firma Craft. 2 iron ingots and a little bit of andesite. So we made up the cogwheel. Barbarian spy has been caught next to your colony. Seriously, do I changed the thing so I don't have to worry about them as much. Anyway, so we made the mill. I made additional cogwheel and the hand crank. The hand crank is pretty simple. 3 planks plus another piece of andesite. So what we can do is now take this fern, throw it inside, since I didn't make a hopper or anything like that, and just crank it a little bit, and turns into green dye. So now I've got the green dye I needed. I can go make up the blue dye from the cornflower, so I can make my cyan dye, blue plus green. And then I also need lime, which is going to be the green plus white. And there's the white. So that's our cyan. And that was a random lag spike. That's our lime. And now we have our dye agglomerato, or whatever that word is. And we can take our wheat seeds plus some prosperity shards, turn into a prosperity seed base. So that's most of the hard stuff out of the way. To make the seed, next we need to make an infusion, do infusion crafting, which is going to require some Prudentium, and I believe I have 3. And I need 4. So to make it, I need to craft myself a infusion crystal. I do not need that infusion crystal. I just need a basic infusion crystal. One of these. So that's an infused gemstone. And that's a diamond surrounded by prosperity shards. Ooh, this is going to be cutting it close, I think. Okay, diamond. Prosperity shards, that gives us that one, and then 2 of these to turn it into a inferium gemstone. And then that gemstone with those plus those gives us an inferium infusion crystal. And then 4 of those turns it into Prudentium, and that did use 1 durability. Okay. So now we have... Oh, right. We're completing quests. We'll look at that in a minute. The next part, I cooked up a bunch of stone to make these infusion altar and infusion pedestal. I don't know if I need a pedestal just yet. We'll find out in a minute. I need a red wool, 2 gold, and 4. And then the wool, I think, yep, is right there. Okay, so we have our infusion crafting table. We can place this down. Aha. Yep, we're going to need to make a bunch of the pedestals. That's a bit more wool I'm going to need to grab. So I'm going to clean up my inventory. I'm going to go shear my sheep. I should probably dye the sheep red till I get more wool. Oh, so I get red wool. I don't have to dye them. You get what I'm saying. Okay, I'm going to do that. And I'll be back in a few. So our first hobbit hole is done. Looks pretty nice. This is only the level 1. I need to open up the colony again to have more colonists join. I was waiting to get some more houses, and I was waiting to look at some of those colonists there, but we are just, well, we're pretty low on colonists right now, and I'm going to need another guard. Should probably activate this one also. This guard house. Yep, there we go. So that's reactivated. That gives us 3 guard houses, even though we don't have any guards at present. All right, let's get back to building this. I have plenty of stone, I have gold, and I now have plenty of wool. We need 8 for the recipe, I think. This does give you a nice little outline of where the blocks need to go. So there's no guesswork. Okay. So let's double check this. It was prosperity in the middle. And then the Prudentium. And the cardinal directions. And this stuff off to the side. Then I need to activate it, and I don't remember how to activate it. Let's check all the mods. Mystical agriculture. All right. The infusion altar is the bread and butter of creating seeds in this mod. You'll need to create the altar itself with all 8 pedestals. All right. Placing the altar down first will show you where to place them. To craft the seeds, place the required materials in each pedestal and give a redstone signal to the altar. That's what we're missing. There we go. We now have infusion. We now have dye seeds. If I can find an open spot, plant that. Go grab some bone meal. Oh. Wait. Do these have to be planted in the inferium farmland or better? And that's for the botany pots. Ooh, I might need to go create some Prudentium farmland. Okay. That just requires 1 additional Prudentium. I can do that real quick. All right, that gives us our 1 inferium. 1 dirt. 1 of those. That's Prudentium farmland. All right. Prudentium seeds planted. Well, not Prudentium seeds. The infusion seeds. Let's grab some more bone meal. And try this once more. It's not making a difference. Maybe I just can't bone meal it. Maybe it'd be better to pick this up. Okay. So you get the inferium back. No, sorry, you get the Prudentium back, but unless you use Silk Touch, it looks like you don't pick up the farmland block. All right, that's not a problem. Let's swap. I didn't mean to do that, but it's good to know that that works. Swap this out, put that in, and put that in. Yes, it is growing. Very slowly. Ah, and the bone meal works in here. And that gives us 1 dye essence. This is going to take a while. But once we have 3, we can then start making colored dye. So we're going to leave that running for now. In the meantime, I did get a little bit of excess green. Yeah, we have 5 extra green. Let's go re-dye our sheep and do this the old-fashioned way. Okay, let's work on the tree a bit more. And I think part of the problem is always build too small. I mean, it's one thing to build a house small, but I'm building a Christmas tree. This should probably be a bit bigger. Of course, I don't have a ton of blocks on me for the for it, but yeah, we can. If we make the inside section the green, then we can start coming out like this with the leaves, and well, they'll have a bit more color variance. You know, you won't see the brown bark through the leaves. All right, feel this looks better. Yeah, okay, let's go shear some more leaves. Now, I'm going to remind you guys, I'm not a builder. This is not my forte. This is not something I'm good at. I'm just having a little bit of fun here. So it doesn't have to be perfectly uniform, but it does sort of look a bit better. That looks considerably better than the first one I made. And then, since we don't really have a star, I can do that. Actually, I think I'm going to put a couple of these around the tree as some built-in lighting. Okay, and what about the fairy light mod or something along those lines? You can make stone lanterns. Oh, that's kind of cool. Not what I was looking for. Nope, doesn't look like we have any of those little light decoration mods like fairy lights or whatnot. So why don't we make some of these stone lanterns then? Smooth stone is... Okay, so it's stone that's baked again. Got it. How is my dye going up here? Oh, I've got 7. Which means I can make a couple different colors. Which means I don't have to worry about that. Let's do red. Let's do green. Yeah, we don't have anything like garland and whatnot, so we will make do with special lanterns. Oh, I can't put them on the leaves. I guess we'll just have to use more mage lights. Okay, so that'll have to make do as our Christmas tree. Oh, right, I can make these. Can't I? Paper. Yeah, okay, I can do that definitely. There we go. Now we've got a nice Christmas tree with a couple presents under the tree. They only have wool in them, but I mean, they're just for the aesthetic. And since we have all these torches and I wanted to readjust, not torches, all these lanterns, I want to readjust this anyway. So might as well go around, break these, replace them so that the lanterns are facing down instead of the torches facing up. And just alternating colors. They don't actually throw different color light, but they do look nice. There we go. And why don't we... Can we place one? No. But I can place that there. I can place that one there. And there we go. Now the whole inner area here has been redecorated to have nice Christmassy colors. Brightly lit tree. Oh, I like this. I'm actually rather pleased with this. It's not much, but I think it looks good. We've actually completed quite a few quests over the past few days, so why don't we take a look at the book and collect some of them. We of course just made our Inferium Crystal. The Infusion Crystal is used to upgrade to a higher tier essence. So Inferium to Prudentium to Titanium, etc. To start, you need to create the first tier of crystal using Inferium. Yeah, okay, I'm getting confused. Inferium, Prudentium, Tritarium. Right. First tier crystal using Inferium. The crystal can create Prudentium by combining 4 Inferium. So we saw that in the craft. So we collect our Inferium Crystal and some XP. Do we just get an Inferium Furnace? That would be very nice if we did. And we got our altar. We saw how that worked. We need the 8 pedestals. We then put the items on, give it the redstone signal. This gives us... Did I get another furnace? I mean, these furnaces are really good. They upgrade really well too. And more XP. We haven't looked at any of these yet, but you can make wood seeds, which you can turn into any sort of wood in the same manner. These dye seeds can be turned into any colored dye. Over in Prudentium, we have our Prudentium farmland and our dye seeds. So that gives me apparently a lot. What did I get? Okay, so I have 2 Inferium Furnace, which takes an Inferium block, which is, well, a full block of that. 2 Inferium ingots and another Inferium, and so this works faster. 120% cook speed. This upgrades to the Prudentium, which is 160% and 130% fuel efficiency. So this will cook faster and use less fuel to do it. And you can just continue going up the chain all the way to... This is premium. Cook speed of 4,000. That's a little insane. Prudentium growth accelerators. Grows the plant above it faster, range 24 blocks. What you can do with this is you can place it under the block. So we have our Inferium here. If we dig down and right under here we put this will grow faster. And because this has a range of 24, we can actually stack 20... We can do it 2 different ways, essentially. We can stack these below it by 22, I think. Because this would be 23 and this would be 24. And you could have 22 of these growing this block. Or what I think you can do is actually do tiers. So dirt, plant, air block, dirt, plant, air block going up. And this one would affect all of them. But this is the main way to do it. You go down underneath and the growth accelerator will allow you to make any plants above it grow faster. And so that gives us a little more XP for getting the growth accelerator. And we can make that with Inferium, takes a gemstone, some essence, and looks like any stone. We haven't collected any of our stuff from over here in a while. We got the botany pot as a quest reward. You can upgrade it to a hopper botany pot, which is actually what we have. The hopper will automatically deposit what it collects into an inventory below it. We have it depositing into a drawer. Well, it would normally deposit into the drawer but because I swapped out the seed to be the essence seeds, it can't put it in there. If I switch this over to, say, a double drawer and I have Inferium on one side and Dye Essence on the other, it would deposit it again. So we can collect these rewards. Upgrade base. Upgrade base for what? Productive bees. Okay. So that's for the beekeeping mod that we haven't even looked at yet. And then I made some toast as a food source. So universal pipe, that's pretty useful. Furnace augments. Blasting, smoking. We looked at this. Those go into these furnaces in this augment slot. Can either make it go faster, be more fuel efficient, but slower. That was my builder. All right, well, let's see. What else did we get? We got our first diamonds. That gets us a basic energy cube. We got our first diamond tools. Redstone site. Okay, so that's a potion we can use to find redstone. We got our magic book. Oh, that gives me a glyph. Dispel. All right. So I gotta remember to actually do the quest rewards, because they do give me stuff that I'm making and using. Right, okay. I forgot to collect that one. So now that I've done that, I can start collecting the rewards. I should probably leave those. I mean, they're a lot of XP, and there's no point to collect all that XP just yet. We made this. That gives us... I could have sworn I collected that reward already. Source stone. Again, I could have sworn I collected that already. We didn't collect this one yet. All right, so that gives us Dispel and Conjure. Dispel removes any potion effect from the target. Ooh, that could be useful. And Conjure, Mage Block. Temporary block that will disappear after a short time. Amplify will cause the block to be permanent. Dispel will cause... dispelling this block will destroy it instantly. So we can make an instant block to put down and, you know, give us a wall or something. I mean, we're going to do one at a time, but we can stack up using mage blocks instead of projectile, conjure, amplify. Let's call this mage block. Create. Go to this. Okay. I guess you can't really jump up. Well, you can if you time it well. You gotta sort of cast as you jump. There we go. Now we've got mage blocks. And then if I swap back over to block break, I can just mine my way back down. I'm going to absolutely need to re-enable colonists having children because we're running out of colonists. We have 1, 2. That's a visitor. Wait, those are all visitors. We have 5 colonists. Okay, so now we'll have colonists again. I am perpetually out of space. I think next episode we're gonna have to get started on digital storage because I can't do this anymore. Well, I think this is a good place to leave off for today. I want to thank you for joining me today. And, well, I want to say Merry Christmas. I'd say, you know, Happy New Year, but we'll have another episode on New Year's Eve, so there's no point jumping the gun there. Until then, thank you for joining me today. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Later.